Hey, and welcome back to the Talos Principle. Last time we figured out that there's something on the moon and I can see it from here now, which is impressive. Wasn't that like a zoom key? Oh yes, look at the zoom key. I completely forgot about that because I have changed controls since then. Ooh. I can't actually leave too much more, okay. That's sad. Is there like a way in again? I bet there is. There's probably a ladder somewhere here. Please? Let there be a ladder. Alternatively, I can also just look around. I mean, this time, like, we kind of glitched out of the map, and I do like glitching out of maps. Obviously, this is somewhat intentional, but still. I'm just gonna make sure that Elohim doesn't bother me too much. What's that? Okay, we can just kind of look through there. I still struggle to see anything in the dark, just because of my lighting in this area. Okay, a lot of stuff is just in ruin. I don't know if this used to be, like, part of the course. You don't like me being here. This is like the other side that we had seen before. Okay, you really don't know where your parameter is. How far can I go? Yeah, you are the words, I get it. How far can I explore though? I don't know, there should be like a ladder or something to get back in, right? Because otherwise I'm kind of stuck. I hope. Okay, I hope that there's like a way back, not that I hope that I'm stuck. I mean... Okay, I want to say, like, I can go quite far, but like not far enough to actually explore. You sure that there isn't like something that lets me break back in? I want to reload this area, that would be annoying. I would assume that if there's a place to return... First of all, we should probably check out like how far away I can go. Also, is it just me or is like this version a lot glitchier than it was before? I hope like nobody is like photosensitive to that kind of stuff, but I'm sorry. This is just how the game works. I need to kind of explore here. Huh. How do I enter again? Like this seems like the perfect place for a ladder over here. Maybe this thing is important. Oh? Maybe? I don't know what's happening right now, it's just black. Okay, maybe this isn't that important. I mean, it might be important for something, but like not what I am doing here. This side has a ladder, okay. That's good to know. Okay, now I just need to figure out where I need to connect the laser to though. Because we do know that there's like a laser thing on the moon. There are only a few lasers we could be using to connect to it. Isn't... Wait, this one was called Man on the Moon. Okay, now at least this makes sense why it's called that. And what about this one? Is that like a moon jump or something in its title? Moon shot. Okay, because... You want me to shoot at the moon? No. Wait. Select. Select. Shoot the moon? You're rotating. What's that? Oh, it's just a star probably. What's happening to the moon? I feel like you are missing like 50% of your mass. Aperture science? What are you doing over here? I don't like what's going on here. You're a bit shaky. Maybe I should look at you again. You know, as the whole world shakes. Is this an Easter egg? Is this like genuinely something here? I'm gonna go back to here and do the jump again. Because like the soundtrack changed, but that's kind of all I can see right now. And I would like to see a little bit more. I feel like looking at it might be useful. Huh? Okay. Do that jump. I can do this. I'm great at platforming, trust me. Okay. You know, sometimes you stare at the void and the void stares back or something like that. But I don't know what this is all about. I have the laser connected now. What can I do with like the laser connection? I mean, I could shoot it back? What do you want me to do, game? Like, I didn't even get an achievement or something like that. Like, normally I would at least expect that if this was all, but I feel like there's still something missing. Maybe this is connected to like another puzzle in the future? Maybe all the moons are rotated around now? I have no idea. It certainly was something. So, I don't know. Let's find another dark area. Did we have like another darker place? I feel like most of them, like we had like rainy areas, but like none that were at night? Unless we had, and my memory is terrible, which, you know, it is. I mean, you could shoot the laser over here now. There is like no need to do that, but we sure could do that if you wanted to. Let me quickly do that. I mean, it's not the hardest puzzle, but I need to move some stuff around. Okay, what would I be doing with that laser now? I can select you and shoot somewhere else? Is there even any place I want this? I mean, you're like the only place where I can get like a connection going. I don't think I've seen any goals. Is that... I mean, I could connect to you. Is the laser actually moving? Because it seems to not be connected. Maybe you're like blocked just like via the angle or something like that. I guess the moon's just weird now, okay. I mean, what else should I have expected here? I am so unsure, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm kinda curious if this is going to stay now. Like if I leave, does it stay? Did it change something in one of the other worlds? Maybe a serpent has something to say to me. Because this is surely some sunshine over here. In the previous area was also very, very bright. And it's daytime in the other area. Okay, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna return really quick. Right, like we've done everything here. I do like how many secrets this game has. Even like the other secrets here. You're normal again. Okay, so whatever this is for, it has something to do with this area. What other areas had lasers? This one didn't have a laser. This one had a laser. This one had a laser. This one didn't. What am I using those lasers for? Also, the eye is gone. Yeah, we only have like those two laser puzzles. Huh. I don't know why. Like, again, I didn't even get an achievement or anything like that. And it wasn't connected to anything. I only just saw like the aperture there. So I don't really know what this is for. You know what? Future me. Think about it. Not me. I'm gonna solve like other puzzles. I'm gonna spend too much time on this otherwise. Also, we have like a new thingy up there. It looks kind of like handles, like for the ceiling or something like it. I don't know. Anyway, I guess area 3 is... Let's at least get to some reading today. I would love that. This is bright again. Okay. Ooh, purple piece. Let's get it. Before I do anything else, because I will forget. Purple. Lovely. There's probably going to be like another purple gate here somewhere. Probably another 5 pieces or so. Would guess... something like it. In any case, let's read this first before I go to the terminal. Sheep. Theory. This place is some kind of preserve for human history, and we are the endangered species. Not quite. In my theory. Theory. Trying to find answers will only bring pain. Ceasing to care is the only escape. Relatable, but I think too much. I'm sorry. Theory. This guy's 10 times more help than you, Samsara, so shut your face. Sam. I guess so. Theory. We're in some kind of incubator waiting to be hatched. Yes, not quite. Like, at least, like, to my understanding, like, my theory is we are like an AI, and like once we reach human life, like sentience, I'm gonna call it, then we are going to be printed into a robot, and this whole system ceases to exist. I don't know. Theory. If you knew how little you know, you wouldn't be exposing it here. Oh, wow. Classic dog moment. Okay then. I guess this is it. This is the perfect time to read. Or something like that. Like, I still feel like I missed something with that moon. I don't know. I feel like kind of bad about that. Anyway. Library list, we don't talk to the serpent anymore. Instead, we can just read. Progress Report 9, Osiris 3, and Just War excerpt. So what was that noise there? I heard something. Something weird. Maybe something crumbling? I don't know. I mean, I don't expect this to be like a horror game, so... Wait a second. Does the eye mean that the serpent is here? Because, like, this one doesn't have an eye. Right? Like, that it's watching us? I'm not sure, maybe. Anyway, Progress Report 9. From Bob Rakowski. In something. Eyed Normatics to Ian mailing list. The basic skeleton of the simulation is now running on EL. It's not plugged into the AI system yet, but in theory everything is ready. I guess the next step is to test whether the generated scenarios make sense? Or do we wait for the iteration module to do something? Okay, iteration module kind of makes sense. We talked about like the different AIs that we have in here, and whenever they get terminated they have like child programs, basically. And to be fair, I wouldn't really call them like child programs, but like new iterations that go like another direction, while also the same program has like multiple iterations because we have like different version numbers. So this is probably the iteration module then. Yeah. Anyway, Osiris. The first wisdom, the scribe said to the dying man, is that as the world is made of 5 elements, so is the soul of man. Now therefore that in this life you are heart and shadow and name, and also car and bar. Without all these, you would not be a living being, but a thing. What is a man without a name, who cannot speak of himself? What is a man without a shadow, who is not anchored to the world? What is a man without a heart, who can neither feel nor think? What is a man without a car, who has no essence? What is a man without a bar, who is not himself, but like unformed clay? Therefore praise Osiris, the king of eternity, the lord of everlastingness, the eldest son of the womb of Nut, he who traverses millions of years in his existence. Here the translator is clearly inserting his own belief onto the text. The 5 elements. I don't actually know if they are, like, I mean, they're talking about like 5 elements, like talking like less in the I don't call it like a chemical sense, but if the elements are like your name, like I guess the sense of self in this way, the shadow. Wait a second, but the interesting thing is like objects still have like a name, obviously, a shadow. I don't know what car and bar are. I feel like we've heard that before, but there wasn't really big like that big of an explanation last time on like these concepts. So, just war. War never changes. Democrates Altar, or on the just causes for war against the Indians by Juan Ginés de Sepulveda, written in 1547 to justify the Spanish conquest of the Americas. The Spanish have a perfect right to rule these barbarians of the New World, who in humanity are as inferior to the Spanish as children are to adults, or women are to men. For there exists between the two as great a difference as, I might even say, between apes and men. Compare then these gifts with those possessed by these half-men, in whom you will barely find the vestiges of humanity, who not only do not possess any learning at all, but are not even literate and eat human flesh. Therefore, if you wish to reduce them, I do not say to our domination, but to a servitude a little less harsh, it will not be difficult for them to change their masters. Interesting text to have here. Obviously, there's the... I don't know why I'm always starting with obviously when I'm talking about those texts. I should probably stop that. Like, I mentioned this like very, very early on. But if we're talking about the dehumanization that happened a lot of the time through history, obviously in this example with the Spanish, seeing the Native Americans as like not human, so they should not be considered as such, so conquering their world would be seen as a lot easier. We have like this in-group and the out-group all the time, just because of weird definitions what a human is. And here's the interesting thing still, right, because we are still in the 1500s, so there's also like the comparison that they are inferior to the Spanish as children are to adults. And the interesting thing is that they are kind of going in ascending order, like of severity, because at the end they talk about like apes and men, which is interesting that you're comparing children to adults and then women are to men afterwards, right, like getting more severe. That the Spanish back then saw the women as so much lesser than men, like even compared to children. Obviously you can see that however you see fit. Like, we are lucky that we are not quite on that level of misogyny anymore, right? Like, at least we've made like some slight strides toward a better future. But yeah, like, seeing like this comparison there that they say that they are basically not human, and having like, in this case, they don't even give like a proper explanation. They just say that there's like this massive gap, and to dehumanize and I guess remove personhood, because we have talked about like personhood a lot of the time, of like these natives here by giving, to be fair, like they're in the second paragraph, they're giving like the whole thing about them not being literate and eating human flesh as examples, which is actually interesting, because that means that to be human or like be worth seeing as a person, that means that you can't be a cannibal and you have to be literate. Which is interesting. Which probably also explains why children and women are seen like that, because I don't think that women were taught how to read back then. I would assume. I'm, again, not a history buff, so I'm not gonna have like this final say on that, but yeah. Anyway, I am not quite sure why this is here. Would be interesting to see in the future. This is 2009 that this was added, I guess. Even though obviously the excerpt is a lot older. I guess, no, actually the excerpt is the new thing, but like the text itself is older. Anyway, I guess this is where we are with those texts. I'm not really sure about them. Sometimes I just need like a bit of time to process, and a lot of the time, like while editing, I get actually that time, because I get to read without having to think about like my next words. Anyway, let's do like 1 or 2 puzzles today. I'm still not sure about the moon. I don't know, the moon is just that kind of big. Fan and cube! Oh boy, am I a fan of cubes. This would be Sunshot. Instead of the moon... Don't tell me that you want me to shoot the sun. Wait, I can't actually do that from here because I don't have lasers. Okay, if I activate you... I can shoot over, but I guess I don't actually want to shoot myself over. I probably want to cube over, because I do have ladders to actually make my way over there myself, which is nice. I'm just gonna shoot both of them. You know, I don't actually need them here. Goodbye, my friends. I mean, hello, my friends, because I can see you again. Ah, yes, I had the high ground for just a moment here. Is this all you want me to do? Oh wait, that was probably silly, because I don't actually have a ladder over here. That's on me. I guess I should have just shot one of you. Wait a second. No. There isn't anything over here, right? Yeah, Okay, let me reset that. I don't actually know if you reset if I do this like that. Do I need to completely reset this area? Because I can. Reset checkpoint? Sure. Just quickly do that. I feel like I'm kind of stuck here otherwise. Okay, thanks. I'm still gonna shoot both of them over here really quick. But obviously I will have to only shoot one on the other side because otherwise I can't actually continue myself. Put you on there. Follow. I don't know, like, this is kind of impressive that the game just tricked me that hard. Also? Wait a second, I have a funny idea. Can I stack you? I kind of can, but I can't jump up then. Maybe from up here? Hahaha. Game! Let me glitch out on your walls! Please! Please! I want nothing more than to glitch out of your walls. Okay. I guess I'm gonna do it like this then. Goodbye. No? Not stuck anymore. Anyway, golden piece. Yay. Wait a second, did I miss something here? There wasn't a ladder, yeah, okay. I was kind of worried that I did something silly there. Wait a second. Once again, there's like a weird pillar on the left side. Okay, it's just a weird pillar though. Okay. I don't know, I guess I didn't have to worry too much. Also, I really like those jumps, so I'm just gonna do them every single time I do something stupid, to at least have like an excuse to jump around. Anyway, this is the first one. I have also not seen a secret terminal yet. I'm gonna look around just a little bit, like bunny hop around, and we are going to do a second puzzle here. Maybe not a red piece. There should be like another yellow one, from what I can see. This is another yellow one, and you have like a lot of stuff. You also have lasers. Maybe I can shoot the sun. You know, maybe we can set fire to the sun. That would be amazing. This one's also blue. Ow. Oh. How would I reach you? I don't see like a doorway. Maybe by shooting the sun. Who knows? I need you. Come on, show me that I can connect you to something. Please. Okay, I guess not. I can connect you to something over here. Oh, wait, there's a red one. Why is there a red one? What are you opening? Probably this wall here later on, huh? How would I get the connection though? I don't really see anything on the other side, and also the zoom feature is like definitely something that exists. Anyway, I'm just gonna continue like this for now. Let's open you up and you. If I stand here, that should be fine, and then I'm just gonna stand here. You're probably going to exactly fling that one over, and then I can just place you over here. That's lovely. Oh, that's it already. Okay, we're getting a play button. Whatever that means, we sure are getting it. Okay, and we need to connect you to something. Not to the sun, apparently. Would be so cool to see something here. I'm just gonna put you here. I don't think that we can get a connection here. I just feel like at some point we're going to shoot the sun with a laser. That would be funny, let's be honest. Maybe I can find like just a connector over here and then do like a connection by another path? There's a hole. Like, we have definitely seen other objects be outside, like for example the cube in one of the previous areas, where we could use that one to climb. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we could find a connector somewhere on the outskirts of this area at least. Not 100% sure if that's the idea, maybe I'm just missing something else. Where am I slapping that text? Below this animal, that's clearly a cat. If you imagine it. Okay, I can't actually write on there. Can I write anywhere? I could write over here. On these hieroglyphs. I guess next to the hieroglyphs. Let's just go through those. Like, I feel like I don't actually get new text unless I get to like a new area. Let's just write that one. I kind of want to see what... Where's the text? Well, I have no idea what's going on, and neither does this text. Rip to that one. I guess we have like some harder puzzles to do. I don't know if I have the time. Like last episode was like a little bit longer. Let's have this one shorter, and after I do like the last sweep of this perimeter, right, like just in case I can find a connector to use. And because otherwise I'm just going to... Ooh, another terminal. Okay, I'm gonna read the terminal. I want to say, like, I don't want to do the red puzzles yet. I'm gonna do those in the next episode, but if I have something to read with my friendly friend the serpent of the terminal, you know, he's my only friend. So let's just accept that. Nothing on this side? Okay. Hello, Okay, you're not even giving me anything. Soma and body and soul. I am really curious about Soma because I do know about that term. Kind of, but I don't really know what it means. Anyway, body and soul. But it is commonly supposed that the Egyptians believed the soul to live as long as the body continued undissolved, and therefore tried to this method of eluding death. I mean, yeah, like the whole mummification is like a classic thing. Kinda makes sense. I was thought that the body was like kind of brought with you into the afterlife or something like that, but maybe I misunderstood that. Could the wise Egyptians, said Nikaya, think so grossly of the soul? If the soul could once survive its separation, what could it afterwards receive or suffer from the body? The Egyptians would doubtlessly think erroneously, said the astronomer. In the darkness of heathenism and the first dawn of philosophy, the nature of the soul is still disputed amidst all our opportunities of clearer knowledge. Some yet say that it may be material, Some yet say that it may be material, who nevertheless believe it to be immortal. And then we have a text that you can read right now, and I will read like in 2 episodes or so. Interesting. Soma. From Sun Wei Yang. Arkady Chernyshevsky. Subject names. Names are a funny thing. I remember how much we struggled to come up with a name for our project. All serious scientists name their projects by just translating them to Greek or Latin, right? Corpus made me think of some horrible disease. I agree. I feel like that's not a great name to call your projects. So we used the Greek word instead. Soma. Wait. Corpus is Soma? Okay. Quite appropriate. So just a body. But then, since we needed corporate funding, we had to come up with a backronym. Corporations love backronyms, you know? They even sent us a list of buzzword-heavy suggestions to help us get started. Stuff like self-sufficient, orthostatic, modular, android, sustainable, observant, mechanized, anthropoid, skeuomorphic, omni-adaptable, mobile, anthropomaton. Huh. Wait. Okay, those are like 3 of them. That's Soma. I want to say that I like some semicolons missing at least. And something. After a while, we got so frustrated that we started getting silly. Saber-toothed, overexcited murder android, sentient orthopedic monkey automaton, strange Olgas, menacing accessobot, superb octopod, marinates apelings, satisfying overcooked mint alligator. Where's the alligator coming from? A stinky ornithological mule allocator. Scroing minky egg. Stupid, obscure, meaningless acronym. That's a great one. I would use that one. In the end, we all ended up hating the name Soma just because we had so many fights about it with the sponsors. So when Alexandra told that story about the Talos Principle, caught on. Like Project Talos or something like that? I don't know whether it really fits, but I kind of like it. I mean, it's definitely not just a translation, but it's like a, I guess, loose resemblance of the idea of what we're doing here. Not quite though. At least to my understanding. Right, because like the Talos Principle is still like the idea that you need like something for the body to work, like the soul. Not just a soul, like originally it was like kind of a lifeblood. Like, I was thinking for a moment, okay, if it's Talos Principle, and like you're talking about the lifeblood and you're kind of trying to replace us, maybe there was like something that just kind of removed the, let's call it the soul of humans, which would be an interesting way of an extinction level event. And I don't actually understand how humans would have figured that one out before it happened. And then they're like trying to get like a replacement soul to shove into that old body or something like that. But I feel like that's like probably of all my theories the biggest stretch yet. I don't actually think that that's anything at all. Anyway, we had something to read, which is lovely. And the eye is gone. Huh. Maybe the eye just means that there's something new? I should pay attention to that more. Like, I feel like I'm always not noticing the minor details. Which would also explain why sometimes the computers have that eye and sometimes they don't. Maybe it's like the serpent trying to tell me that there's something to read. You know, they are such nice friends. Assuming that there are maybe multiple serpents, because sometimes I feel like they have like different personalities. But maybe it's just like one who's like sometimes a little bit more snippy than usual. I don't know. In any case, I would say let's do the puzzles of this area next time. And I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one, and bye-bye. Stop glitching!